What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Before we do anything, I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of VIP. Now, let's go over that real quick. So, you guys know I always give out a free month from the comments. Usually, I say you have to hit 250 likes. Now, NBA is over. Views go down during baseball season and when it's only baseball and WNBA for my videos. So, I'm expecting that. I'm going to take the like threshold down to 200 likes. We barely hit 200 yesterday. So what I'm going to do, if we hit 200 likes in this video, I will pick a random comment down below to win a free month. If we get 400 likes, I'll pick 2 of you. And I'm going to start doing this probably every single day. We'll see how it goes today, see if it helps at all. But yeah, if you guys want a chance at free VIP, make sure you leave a like and comment on the video. And I will obviously pick somebody in tomorrow's video if we get 200 likes. So picking our winner from yesterday is going to be Kevin Main. Kevin, send me a message on Discord, dude. I got you a free month of VIP. He sent the cash emoji signs. I hope that you cashed out yesterday. Yesterday for the free picks, we ended up 3-2. Going over our free picks yesterday, we had Patrick Corbin earn runs. He cashed us out. Mitchell Parker was the GOAT last night. He cashed over his hits allowed. And he cashed the 1.5 walks, which we ended up playing in the slip that cashed us out. We had Rodriguez K's, his strikeouts cashed. And then we had Arraez, hits, runs, RBIs, which chalked. And then Liberatore, under pitching outs, who chalked. Liberatore had 70 pitches in 6 innings, dude. Got a couple of lucky double plays that really kept his pitch count really, really low. I thought he was going to go over in the 5th inning when he was at like a 60 pitch count with 1 out and bases were pretty much loaded, and I thought that was going to be it. That was where he was going to struggle, and he got another double play, which ended up killing us. But regardless, guys, we got WNBA and we got MLB for today's slate. So we're going to be jumping into our WNBA plays first. I'm going to give you guys a free prop. So as you can see on Parlay Play, Paige Beckers, 14.5 points for a regular payout. We're going to do a slip with this first. I'm going to get you guys a free, 1 entry up to $10. So I'm going to give you guys a free $10 entry. A nice little double up that you guys can probably lock in. We'll go over that here in just a second. I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to pair with it yet, but we're going to pick that slip. We're going to lock in these slips live. If you guys do want to get all of our plays, click that WAP link down below. For $10 a week or $25 a month, you get every single play that we post. You guys can get a free month if you sign up for any partnered app. Parlay Play, Underdog, Chalkboard, Better, Sleeper, NOVIG, Dabble. Any of those 7 apps get you a free month of VIP. You just let me know, and as long as you use our code and make the minimum deposit, you can get up to 7 full months for free. So highly recommend you guys take advantage of that. If you're not in our Discord, we drop free Discord props all the time. We'd love to have you in the Discord. We're also doing a VIP fantasy football league this season. You got to be in VIP. There will be cash prizes to the winners. Top 3 people, I believe, and maybe top 5. We'll see. But top 3 will be winning pretty good money, over $100 for sure. And would love to have you guys in there if you guys do want to join a fantasy football league. So anyways, let's jump into our picks for today, guys. So we're going to jump into our first prop. The first prop I have for today is going to be for Kelsey Plum. So Kelsey Plum for the Sparks. Now, I want to go ahead and say, guys, we have a Clash of the Titans matchup for this game. And what I mean by Clash of the Titans is the opposite of Titans clashing it out. We got the Chicago Sky and the LA Sparks playing. Both of these teams have horrendous defense. This will be a fast-paced game. It'll probably be high-scoring. I don't expect a blowout, and I will say there's a lot of times I play like teams versus the Sky, and it ends up being a blowout, and it causes the prop from the opposite team to chalk. Now, Chicago is playing at home. The Sparks aren't that good of a team, and I think this is going to be a good matchup. So if you look at Chicago's points and assist defense, they have the worst points defense in the league, and they have a bottom 3 assist defense in the league. Kelsey Plum, right now on Parlay Play, is a boosted line at 24.5 points and assists for a 1.65x. Now, if you look at her plays this season, her original line is 26.5. She hasn't went over this very much. I will say that. She struggled a little bit in terms. Now, she's hooked this line 1 of her last 3. These are games versus Minnesota, 1 game versus Dallas. But if you look at head-to-head data, versus the Sky this season, she only has 1 game, and she went 36 points and assists that game. 28 points, 8 assists. She shot 50%, so she only shot 9 from 18 from the field. She did shoot 2.5 free throws, and then she shot 8.3 three-point attempts, which she shot 60% from 10 threes, which is amazing. This season, she's cashed this line 5 of 13, which is a really, really bad hit rate. I will say that. This one could be sweaty. I think Kelsey Plum or De'Erica Hamby are going to be one of the two players that cash their line. Both of them possibly could. I was struggling which one I wanted to use for my free pick, so if you guys do prefer De'Erica Hamby, you can come down here and you can look at her points line. Her points line is going to be right at 14.5. So 14.5 points for 1.68x. If you want to take that, you can. It's totally up to you guys. I struggled, like I said, trying to figure out which one I wanted. But for a discounted line for the same payout, like this is a discount. Her original line is 26.5. That's why I decided to go with the Kelsey Plum play on Parlay play. So you can get the 14.5 for De'Erica Hamby on any other app. It's totally up to you guys. If you play Kelsey Plum, recommend playing this one on Parlay play, and that's going to be pick number 1 for today. Jumping into our second play of the day, we're jumping over to Caitlin Clark. So taking Caitlin Clark from the Fever. I'm taking her points line at 17.5, so I bought this one down to pair with the Kelsey Plum play. Now, if you look at Clark on the season, she's cashed this line in 6 of 8 games this season, which is a 75% hit rate. She's averaging 19.75 points per game. She's right at 20 points per game. Playing against Minnesota tonight, and if you guys hear something in the background, my dog is just clawing the door for some reason. But anyways, taking her discounted line, playing against Minnesota tonight. Minnesota has the best points defense in the league, only giving up 74.1 points per game. That being said, head-to-head, Caitlin Clark has went over this line 2 of 3 games versus Minnesota in the last 2 seasons, or all of them were from last season. So last season, and she averaged 21.67 points. She had a good season so far. Expect her to keep this up. Field goal attempts, she's shooting 41% on the season, averaging 16 field goal attempts per game. You can see a lot of these games she's dropping 20 shots. Last season versus Minnesota, she averaged 18.7 attempts, dropping 21 attempts her final game versus Minnesota. So expect her to have a lot of shot volume. Her minutes are obviously going to be high. One of their star players, averaging 34 minutes per game. So she'll get good minutes. Should be a pretty competitive game. And I do like Caitlin Clark to give us 18 points tonight. So I'm going to lock this in. $250 play. I'm just going to max out the boost because I like to max out these boosts because I have a high bankroll in Parlay play anyways. And I'm trying to take advantage of the discount they're giving you, even though sometimes their discounts aren't the best. This one I do like. So $250 to win $552. We're locking it in. You guys can come over here to track picks. You guys can see we got Kelsey Plum, PA, points and assists, and then we have Caitlin Clark, 17.5 points, and I've got that one locked in already. And let me change this on my list. I put PRA on my list, but I know it's points and assists. So got that one locked in, and then we're going to lock in a play with Paige Beckers. And we'll figure that here in just a second. I'm probably going to lock this one in with a MLB prop. So, anyways, jumping over to baseball for the next 3 props. I do have 3 plays for baseball that I like for today. MLB, 2 of them are pitcher wins. And I'm going to give you guys one of my favorite money lines on the board. It is going to be slightly sweaty just because neither of these teams are powerhouses, but I do think this one team at home wins, and I'll show you guys that in just a second if you guys want to lock it in. So jumping into our first pitching out prop, we're taking our man Carlos Rodon. Take Rodon for the Yankees all the time. They are pitching against Cincinnati tonight. The Reds are a pretty decent offense, but I think our man Rodon gives us 6 innings. So I'm locking him in. If you look at him on the season, he's cashed this line in 11 of 16 games, 69% hit rate, averaging 17.9 pitching outs per game. If you come down here, he's averaging 96.4 pitches per game. Several games he's going over 100 pitches. He's pitched around 90 in his last 4. Head-to-head data versus the Reds, he has no games this season. He had 1 game last season where he gave us 16 pitching outs. So the Reds, like I said, pretty decent offense. If you come down here, based on batting average versus the left-handed pitcher, they're actually terrible. Their on-base percentage is kind of middle of the pack at a 299, 29% on-base percentage. And their OPS is bottom 10 as well. So the Reds aren't as good as I was thinking they were for some reason. So 215 batting average, horrendous. 642 OPS, not very good. 299 on-base percentage, not very good, but it's not bottom of the pack. So not a great offense, actually. So obviously makes the Rodon play a little bit better. If you come over here and you look at Rodon on the season, he's 9-5, 9 wins, 5 losses, a 3.1 ERA, and then 0.98 WHIP. So his WHIP is pretty good. He's been dealing overall. I like playing Rodon a lot. Decent pitcher for sure, and I think he gives us at least 6 innings tonight. So we're going to look right here. We're going to pull up Carlos Rodon, and then we're going to look at how this Cincinnati Reds offense has hit against him in the past. So coming down, not a whole lot of data. Some of these batters have 7's the most at-bats we have. So 0 OPS, 333 OPS, 6 at-bats, 1 hit, 3-0, 7-3, 2-0, and then 7-5. So the only ones who hits well so far against Rodon has been Connor Joe, who has 5 hits and 7 at-bats, which is crazy. 1 home run, 3 batters based, 3 walks, and his OPS is at 1.9, which is phenomenal. The rest of them, not very good. Stevenson has 7 at-bats and 3 hits, which isn't terrible. It's a 1 OPS, so not a whole lot of data to go off of, really. Don't think Rodon's going to struggle too much tonight, unless he just has a really bad inning. He should catch this line. And I like him tonight to give us 16 or 17.5 pitching outs, 6 innings. So going to lock him in on parlay play. I actually locked him in on Prizepicks already. So Rodon, it's a 1.8x to go over pitching outs. Now this is where parlay play used to shine, and they struggled lately. They used to shine because their value on here, for example, Prizepicks is like a 1.77x. So the value on Rodon on here is way better, and it's like that. It used to be like that for pretty much any regular line. It'd be 1.8x instead of 1.7 something. So you're getting really, really good value right now for Rodon. Like this play a lot. You can lock it in with Paige Beckers. You can get this right here for a 3.2x if you wanted to lock it in. It's a $10 max. I'm gonna lock this in right now. $10, and then I'm going to lock Rodon in my original slip as well to show you guys. So who did I pair Rodon with? Ended up pairing our man Carlos Rodon with Luis Castillo. So we're taking Castillo. He is the Seattle Mariners pitcher for the ones who don't watch baseball that much. They're pitching against the Minnesota Twins. The Twins are a decent offense. Looking at Castillo, he's cashed this line 9 of 15 on the season, which is a 67 or 60% hit rate. He's averaging 5.2 innings per game, and he's averaging 95 pitches per game. You can see that one game versus Houston. He had 114 pitches. He has a long leash. He's cashed this line in, what is that? 6 of his last 7 games, with one game going a full 7 innings. On the season so far, he's 4-5, 3.38 ERA, and a 1.24 WHIP. So not bad at all. Versus Minnesota, he has one game this season, no runs and a 1 WHIP, 7.5 Ks head-to-head. In his last 3 games, he's been over this in 2 of 3 games. And the only game this season, he pitched a full 6 and 97 pitches. So if you look at the Twins have a decent offense, middle of the pack in batting average and on-base percentage, with a 248 batting average and a 318 on-base percentage. If you look at their OPS is a top 15 at a 724, which is pretty dang good. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up, once again, the Minnesota offense versus this Luis Castillo pitcher. The way I said that was terrible, by the way. But we're going to pull up Castillo, scroll down here, and we're going to take a look. So lots of data from these hitters versus Luis Castillo. Luis Castillo is an OG. That being said, the more data a hitter has versus a pitcher, the more beneficial for the hitter that it is. You want a pitcher, for a pitcher, you want these batters to have never seen them before. So this is, some of these is going to be a little bit tougher. Like for Castro, you can see 17 at-bats. He only has 3 hits. 15 at-bats, 4 hits, 12 at-bats, 2 hits. They don't hit well off Castillo. They just seen him so many times that they're going to kind of know what to expect. That being said, the highest OPS on here is a 1 with 4 at-bats, 2 hits. Not worried about that at all. All the ones who have hit him a lot have struggled, and I'm not worried about it very much at all. So really, really good matchup for Luis Castillo. Think he gives us 6 innings tonight. And I'm taking my chances on him. So if you guys want to lock him in, you can. If you don't like any play, obviously fade him. Hopefully Castillo is still 17.5 on parlay play. Sometimes they bump him a little bit early. 17.5, you can lock these in. I'm going to put $500 on this for the video. So this is a non-boosted play. $500 slip. I'm putting 2 units from parlay play on this one to win $1,400, and I'm going to lock this in. So here we go. It's locked in. I'm showing you guys I'm doing this. This is one of my favorite slips. That's why I'm being so confident in it. I do not usually put 2 units on a play. I am showing this on video. I don't recommend you just nuke it. I don't recommend you even putting 2 units on it. My recommendation is put a unit on it and just do a unit on every play. That's the best way. But I'm just trying to show my confidence for the video. So Rodon, Castillo, $500 to win $1,425. Our total payout right now is 760 entries, $2,000 payout, which is almost a 3x overall for these 3 slips. So I'm looking good. Like these plays a lot, and that's what I've got locked in for our player props for today. Now jumping into our only money line that I like. I'm taking the San Francisco Giants. I'm not going to say only money line. I did not mean to say that. One of my favorite money lines. I'm going to play more than one money line, but I'm taking the team San Francisco Giants to beat the Miami Marlins. And that being said, Giants are 44-34 on the season. Pretty good positive record playing at home, playing against the Marlins. Marlins are 31-45. They actually haven't had that's not a very good record. I'm not going to say they're the worst team in the league or anything, but they're definitely one of the worst teams in the league. They're pitching Cal Quantrill versus Justin Verlander. Neither of these pitchers are good. We can see Verlander here. He's 0-4 in the season with a 4.45 ERA. If you look at Cal Quantrill, he's 3-7 with a 5.68 ERA. Both pitchers are going to give up a lot of runs, most likely. I think Verlander has the better game. I think Verlander gives up less runs than Cal Quantrill. I like the San Francisco offense a lot better than the Miami Marlins offense, and I think it's a good matchup. So we're going to pull Verlander up. He's a 143 whip. Not very good, as I told you guys. Verlander struggles. Looking at this, there's not much data from this Marlins offense versus Verlander. The only one that has it is Wagaman, who has 5 at-bats and 3 hits with a 1.6 OPS. The rest, there's no data except for Sanchez, who's 5-1, which is terrible. So 0.5 OPS, he has 1 walk is the only reason it's that high. Looking at this, I don't think that there's anything that's really scares me for Verlander. I do think he gives up a couple earned runs if you want to play that, but I just don't think that he's going to give up more than Quantrill. So let's pull Quantrill up here. He's 3-7, 5.68 ERA, and a 1.47 whip. Another terrible pitcher, in my opinion. If you come down here and look at data versus him, a lot more data versus Quantrill than there is versus Verlander. So if you look at our man Mike here, 15 at-bats, only 3 hits, 667 OPS. He has 5 walks, though. 5 walks. So we know Quantrill has a lot of control issues. You can maybe play his walks allowed versus this team because Mike's probably going to end up getting a walk. If you look at Devers is 11 at-bats, 6 hits, 1 home run with a 1.67 OPS. Obviously, the Giants just picked up Devers. It's a great pickup for him, especially versus Quantrill. You see that? I'm pretty sure he probably gets a hit today. Like that a lot. The rest of them, we got 6 at-bats, 1 hit, 5-0, 8-2, 3-1, 2-0, 5-1, 2-0. Not really anything good here. Nothing over a 7 or 800. So Devers is pretty much the only one who's lit Quantrill up. But in my opinion, there's better chances for this this Giants offense to light Quantrill up than there is for the Marlins to light up Verlander. That's just my opinion on it. Some people are going to disagree with me, but I do like the San Francisco Giants to win. They're a minus 180 favorite. It says 187 on here. I could get them at 180 a second ago. Not too juiced. If you played 2 units on it, then obviously $180 wins you 100 on there if you played it that way. But anyways, that's what I've got for today, guys. A little recap. We got the Giants money line. We have Carlos Rodon and Luis Castillo both to go 6 innings, so over 17.5 pitching outs. And then we have Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark. Plum to go 24.5 points and assists, and then Caitlin Clark to go 17.5 points. So lock them in if you like them, guys. Fade them if you don't. That's what I've got for today. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.